Hey, this is Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to share with you the actual pricing for $5,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 69-year-old male. Now, first thing I suggest is go directly to our website, and we've got these free quoters on just about every page. And all you need to do is just select the state that you live in, and we are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Select the coverage amount, and then put your birthday in there, put the rest of the info in, click get quotes now. It'll take you to a page that's going to show you the best insurance company with the best rates based off your age, gender, and the state that you live in. Take full advantage of that. It will help you be a smarter shopper. You can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456, and one of our agents can help you with any questions you have regarding pricing or eligibility or anything like that. Now, one of the first things we recommend when talking with a 69-year-old male looking at $5,000 is asking themselves, is $5,000 going to cover their final expense needs? And typically that's going to involve either a cremation or a burial. Let's start with the cremation. The average cost of a cremation right now in the United States, that's where you just come home in a cardboard box or an urn, that's going to be between $1,000 to $2,000 on average. If you're going to have some sort of a ceremony with the cremation, like maybe a celebration of life or remembrance ceremony, that would typically run $3,500 to $4,500, depending kind of where you live in the country. That's pretty close, though. So as far as coverage for that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, we would typically help folks with around $5,000 to $7,000 worth of coverage. Now, you might be saying, well, Randy, you mentioned the cremation was $2,000, but the coverage is $5,000. What's going on there? Well, our 69-year-old male probably wants to make it to 79, maybe 89. And we know the prices go up over time. So what we do is we actually just build in a little extra coverage just to cover the cost of inflation, just kind of offset that so that you don't have to get another policy later on in life. And then the other thing we do is we lock in your current rates at your youngest age, so it saves you money. But yeah, so what we're doing in the long term is inflation proofing the plan. But then because the coverage is more than you need it, kind of something happens sooner, there's extra money to pay for some extra final expenses like medical bills or credit card bills or something like that, that if given the gift of time and you would have lived longer, you would have paid those off. So it's really nice, protects both long-term and short-term. Now for that cremation with the ceremony, we would typically help people with probably $7,000 to $10,000, something like that. Again, inflation proofing it for long term, but providing some extra funds in the short term, just in case you don't, you die a little sooner than anybody thought. Now, as far as a burial goes, the average cost of a burial in the United States right now is right around $10,000. So if you go to pretty much any funeral home in the United States with a $10,000 check, they should help you. If they didn't, you walk out the door and walk 2 blocks down and walk to one of their competitors, and they should be able to help you out. But just even understand that, $10,000, that's not going to be anything fancy. That's just going to take care of the bare necessities. And it's not going to be inflation proofed. So typically we would help people, 69-year-old males, probably between $10,000 to $15,000 on average, maybe sometimes 17, 18, something like that there. That's typically going to be enough to inflation proof the plan and take care of kind of what all your final expense needs are going to be. Now, sometimes we'll chat with somebody and they'll say, well, I want to take care of my final expenses and leave money behind for the kids and or family members, something like that. And they may want $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and we run, say, $50,000 for them, and they go, oh, that's too expensive. I can't do that because they're on a fixed or limited income. And then they go, what? Yeah, that's just too expensive. If we can't do everything, we're not going to do anything at all. We have to kind of counsel them a little bit, saying, hey, you came here because you didn't want the kids to pay for the final expenses, and now you kind of threw everything into one as far as giving that extra money. The reason it's more expensive than you really wanted is because you waited until age 69, and now you're going to put this off even longer. So what we typically recommend is just have them take care of the final expense insurance right now and get that done, because we know they're going to die. We just don't know when, right? And then at some point in the future, if they want to add on a separate policy to go to the kids, we can help them out with that. But that works really great, gives them the flexibility that they want to do anything at any time they want. Now, some people have the money and it's no big deal, and we can just put those all in one policy. But yeah, splitting it up just works so terrifically for so many people. Now, one thing we always recommend getting is first day coverage or benefits. That's really important. We do not recommend plans with 2-year waiting periods. Nope, 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 nope. We don't. We'll talk about that in a moment. What first day coverage means is that if your policy were issued and approved today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would have to pay out, that 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 25,000, whatever it is. It's going to be the best coverage. It's going to also be the lowest pricing. Now, some people would say, well, you're right, Randy. I do like that first day coverage, but I'm not in the best of health. And I know those first day coverage plans ask health questions, and I'm worried I might not get approved. To which we say, hey, that's your health is our problem, not your problem, at least from an insurance standpoint here. And the reason we say that is because we work with so many different insurance companies. They all have different health questions. They all have different underwriting. And right now we're getting around 90 to 95% of the people we help approve for first day coverage or benefits. So we're terrific at what we do. Really, the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage is if you waited too long and you had some significant health issues, like maybe a terminal illness where you're going to die in the next 12 months, or dementia, or you're on dialysis, or in a hospital, or in a nursing home. If that were the case, we would typically refer you out to a different insurance company. And it seems like every week we get a phone call from somebody that says, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week. They didn't have an insurance. We don't have any money. Their body's at the funeral home. The funeral home director's not going to do anything till he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance really quick so we can get the money to pay the funeral home director. And we have to let them know that there is no insurance company in the United States that's going to issue a policy on a dead person. You actually have to be alive, and you have to qualify for this insurance. And part of the qualification process is you have to be alive. So it's really unfortunate that a family member passed away. It's doubly unfortunate they didn't have this insurance in place. I mean, they knew they were going to die someday, right? They probably thought about getting this insurance, and they just never got it done. They never did anything about it. And now, the family members are going to have to pay this off. And chances are they're going to have to put it on credit cards and pay 26% interest, and it's going to take years and years and years to pay off. So don't do that. Don't leave that legacy behind. You could have done everything else in right, and you mess this up, and everybody's just going to remember for you leaving them with these bills that are going to take years to pay off. So don't be that person. This insurance is affordable. If you need to, you can start smaller. We can always help you add more coverage later. Now, one thing we don't recommend is the plans with 2-year waiting periods. Colonial Penn's one of those companies with their $9.95 plan. You probably did not know that, but that $9.95 plan that you see advertised on TV seems like that commercial is playing every 7 minutes. But yeah, that is that $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period plan, right? Yuck. You do not want a 2-year waiting period plan if you can qualify for first day coverage. So, but yeah, Colonial Penn's not the only company out there. There's other companies like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber, gosh, so many other different companies. And some of these companies have done an amazing job at convincing the American public that the only thing that they're going to qualify for, the only thing you'll qualify for if you're over age 50 is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, to which we always say, don't believe such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. So don't be fooled by such nonsense. Now, our 69-year-old male probably just got done watching one of those $9.95 Colonial Penn commercials and so impressed. They're so slickly produced. They look so great. He's probably thinking, at age 69, I can probably get 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, maybe even 50,000 for $9.95. I'm going to show Colonial Penn how smart I am by waiting until age 69 to get my $50,000 worth of coverage for $9.95. And then he actually calls and talks with a Colonial Penn agent or goes on their website like we're doing for you right now and sees that a male age 69, 1 unit of coverage, $9.95 is only going to pay $724. Yeah, the commercials sound a lot more enticing than that. They lead you to believe you can get a lot more. But, $724, that's not even enough for bare bones cremation in anywhere in the United States that we know of. Certainly doesn't come into play for a cremation with the ceremony, not even nearly in play for a burial. In fact, that's It's some people would say that companies that offer really low teaser rates, for minimum amounts of coverage, that they actually don't even want to sell you that plan, right? All they want to do is offer that teaser rate to get your info, and then they can get you on the phone and then try to upsell you into a plan that's has more coverage, that's also vastly more expensive and vastly more profitable for them. Now, we would never say Colonial Penn would ever do anything like that. But there's some people out there that I suppose would say that. And I guess the only way you could determine is just, determine if $9.95 is and getting $724 is really quite what you had in mind. So, yeah. But let's take a look at because this video is about $5,000. So let's take a look and see. That's 5 times 7. Is it going to be like 8 units? I don't know. Oops. 8 units, 7 units. That's the problem. You got to guess around. You got to guess around because they sell it by units, not by dollar amount. Most other insurance companies, you can get $5,000 on the nose. But with $9.95 Colonial Penn, you can get $5,068. Evidently, that $68 is worth something. But yeah, you do these units and you end up with these kind of wackadoodle numbers here. But that's $70, roughly $70. So let's do this. Let's take a look at what coverage would be for $5,000 with first day coverage. So we've got $5,000 right here. We got male, age 69. We're going to click get quote, and we're going to go back and take a look here. And this is roughly $70 for roughly $5,000. And if we look at here, we've got $5,000 and roughly $34. Now this is level coverage, which means first day coverage. That's exactly what you want. And as you can see here, it is right, $34 for first day coverage for $5,000 versus $70 for $5,000 with a 2-year waiting period. So Colonial Penn is right around $35 more a month. And you're going to overpay that policy every single month for the rest of your life. You're going to overpay $35 every month more. So let's do the math on that. So $35 more a month times 12 months, you'll be overpaying right around $420 a year. And if our 69-year-old male makes it up to age 79, 10 years, you have overpaid right around $4,200. And you'll get stuck with a 2-year waiting period. So why would you ever do that? Why would you ever overpay right around $4,200 for a plan that's going to have a 2-year waiting period? And that's if you just live 10 years. If you live longer, that number gets worse. So yeah, we recommend you letting us help you get first day coverage. And, if you're comparing to Colonial Penn, Colonial Penn's going to be 200% more. We can save you a lot of money. So let us help you out with that. Let's look at some other companies though here as we go. Let's see. You'll be able to see all these different insurance companies. But let's look at, here's one. Yeah, like Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess. But wow, they are more expensive, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, it is first day coverage. But why is this so expensive? Huh? Well, they've got a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2-3 different funeral homes to get the lowest pricing, maybe do a couple other things. But, they charge extra for that. It's not free. It's going to cost you. And you're going to end up overpaying every month for that. So that's like basically 40, we'll just round up, $44. 44 versus 34. So roughly $10 more a month. And you may go, well, that's not too much for them making some phone calls. Well, let's just do the math on that. It's $10 a month times 12 months. That's $120 times 10 years, or age 69 gets to 79. You have overpaid right around $1,200. You may go, well, that's not a lot for. Well, let me ask you this. If you were ever walking down the road, would you ever just walking down the sidewalk next to the road, would you just open up your wallet, pull out $1,200 and just throw it on the ground and keep walking, let other people pick it up? No, you wouldn't. Why would you do that with an insurance company? Yeah. So, yeah, just we don't recommend that. What we actually do is recommend that you let us help you get the lowest price plan. And then what we do is we offer a free funeral and estate planning guide. And you can download that off our website and then print it out. Once it's printed out, you just fill it out and you write down who gets what and what goes where and what you want to happen after you're gone. And then when you're done with that, you keep that with your insurance policy. And then when you pass away, your family members will go to that one place. Everything will be in one place. And they'll know that they're not only protected financially with the insurance policy, but emotionally with the funeral and estate plan guide that you left behind for them. And all they'll need to do is open that funeral and estate planning guide and read it. And then all they'll need to do is follow through on your wishes. And everything will be done exactly as you wanted it. And they won't have to worry about the money because you've got the insurance. What a wonderful gift to leave behind. They will know that you are not only protecting them in life, but you are actually loving and protecting them in death. Exactly at that time when you weren't around, but they would still need you the most. And in your absence, you left this insurance policy and this funeral and estate planning guide. What a wonderful gift of love. What a wonderful legacy. If you'd like to leave a legacy like that, just go to funeralfunds.com. We've got a special quote for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube, and you can get the best pricing and the best rates there. Take full advantage of that. You can call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you with any questions you have. But if you've got a existing policy and you want us to price shop it to get you the best pricing, or you just want to find out about adding coverage to it, we can help you out with that. If you're looking for a brand new policy or just have questions about what you might qualify for, or what your rates would be, anything like that, we can help you out with that. But we look forward to helping you get the most amount of insurance for the least amount of money. We will be blessed to help you with this when that day does come. Until that day, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.